Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Hasan. Hope you're enjoying this video series, that is studying in style. Today's video will be a short one, a wrap of the topic of plane mirror, and I can guarantee that if you understand only these concepts related to plane mirror, then you can call yourself genius in the field of plane mirror when it comes to topic of ray optics. So let's build our final concept in style. Let's roll the intro. Okay, now the concept that we'll be studying is velocity of image in plane mirror. Now, if we move the object in certain direction with certain velocity, then what will be the velocity of the image? This is what we will learn today. So let's see how you can build this concept. Look at this diagram, okay, and see. Suppose the distance between the object and the mirror be O, and the distance between the mirror and the image is suppose I. Now, we know from the concept that we have learned earlier that the image distance is equal to object distance in case of plane mirror. But here we have taken O and I, where we know that O is equal to I. Now let's write down that O is equal to minus I. Now why I have taken minus I? Let's understand these points that I have written down in bullets, that is important points. We have taken mirror as the reference point. So our mirror is the reference point, or we can say this is the origin, okay? Therefore, if this is the origin, then we can say measuring will start from origin. Therefore, anything we measure, that is the distance from the mirror to the object, that is the distance from the mirror to the image, will be measuring starting from the origin, okay? So this is the second point. Now third point says that left side, this is the sign convention. Now how to understand this? Very simple. It is same as the thing that we have learned in our geometry, coordinate geometry. That is, the left side is taken as negative, the right side is taken as positive. So these are the important points that you need to remember. Now if you look at this distance O, we can see we will be measuring from the origin. So we will go this side, left side. So actually O is negative. That's why we have said that O is equal to minus I. And if we measure the distance I, then it will be towards the right side. So it is positive. So I is positive and O is negative. So we have written O, the value of O is equal to minus I. I hope this much is clear. Now we need to find out velocity. Now we know that in order to find velocity, we need to do the derivative of displacement, isn't it? Simple as that. So what we will do is, in order to find velocity, we will differentiate both sides with respect to time. So let's see what we will get. If we do this, dO by dt is equal to minus di by dt. Now we know that dO, that is O, is the displacement. Displacement with respect to time gives us velocity. So velocity of the object, and this is minus velocity of the image. So very important. Now you can see that the velocity of the object is equal to velocity of the image, but in the opposite direction. This minus sign signifies that it is in the opposite direction, and it's very simple. Now let's analyze this. Suppose this is the body or the object O. If it moves with velocity, suppose 7 meters per second, then this equation says that this image I will move in the opposite direction but with the same magnitude, 7 meters per second, and we can say it is minus because it is moving in the minus direction, that is leftward side. I hope this is clear. How we got minus? Because we have already seen, look at this coordinate geometry concept, that is left side is taken as negative. So since the body is moving towards the left side, we have said that 7 meters per second will be minus 7 meters per second. I hope this much is clear, and this is very simple. Now they will never ask questions like this. They will never ask questions like, if a body is moving at 3 meters per second towards the right side, towards the mirror, if this is the mirror, then what will the velocity of the image? They will never ask this question, because everybody knows this will move at the velocity minus 3 meters per second. They will complicate things. So in order to understand, now let's look into our fourth point. The velocity that we are taking into account is actually perpendicular to the mirror. That is, let me draw again. This object, the equation that we have built here, that is VO is equal to VI. Here VO always moves perpendicular to the mirror. I hope this is clear. And we also see that the image also moves perpendicular to the mirror, isn't it? So this formula will work only when the bodies are moving perpendicular to the mirror. So these bullet points are very important. So write it down. But they will never ask question like this, because this is too simple. Now let's look into the concept that will be asked in exam. So the concept here is, what will be the velocity of the image if both the object as well as the mirror moves. Okay, so in this case what is happening is both the object as well as the mirror will move. Then what will be the velocity of the image? Very important. Now let's understand. We have already derived this concept. Okay, so I'll write it down again, that VO, velocity of the object, is equal to minus VI. Okay, this thing we have already derived. One thing you need to understand, that we have taken mirror as the reference point and mirror was still. So the velocity, that is, we are saying this velocity of object, actually this is velocity of object with respect to mirror. Okay, and this velocity, this is velocity of image with respect to mirror, and the mirror velocity was 0. That's why we have taken VI simply. Okay, now if you have, now we know that there is a concept of relative velocity in the chapter of kinematics, where it says that when VAB, what does VAB means? Velocity of A with respect to B, and we know that VAB is VA minus VB, isn't it? I hope this concept is clear. Now we'll use the same concept here. Now VO is velocity of object with respect to mirror, so we can say that VOM is equal to minus VIM. Okay, this much is clear. Now we can transform this formula as VOM can be written as VO minus VM is equal to minus of VI minus VM. Simple as that. Now let's see what we will get. Now if you arrange this thing, then we will get velocity of the mirror is equal to VO plus VI divided by 2. If you solve this, you will get this. Simple. Now this formula is very important, because if the mirror is moving, then you need to use this formula. Okay, now let's analyze one question. Before that, you need to understand that these values, that is velocity of the mirror, velocity of the object, and velocity of the image, values will take sign, that is whether it will be positive or negative, will take sign according to its movement. Okay, suppose if this is the mirror, okay, and if the mirror is moving towards left side, then we will take velocity of M as negative. Okay, that is VM will be negative. If the object is moving towards the right side, then we will say that VO is positive. If the image is moving in this direction, then we will take this as negative, that is VI will be negative. This is what I meant when I said values will take sign according to its movement. I hope this much is clear. Now let's analyze one question. Suppose this is the mirror and this is the body or the object O. It is moving at a velocity of 7 meters per second. Okay, and this is the back side of the mirror, and the mirror is suppose moving at velocity 2 meters per second towards the left side, that is towards the object. Then what will be the velocity of the image? You need to find out this. Okay, now if you don't know the formula, then it's very difficult. If you don't know this formula that I have derived, then it's very difficult to solve this kind of question. Okay, so as I have already told you the formula, just use the formula and you'll find the result directly. So we know that VO is 7 meters per second positive, because it is moving in the right hand direction. Now velocity of the mirror is minus 2 meters per second, because it is moving towards the left hand side. Now what will be the velocity of the image? So very easy, we can use the formula directly. Let's use it here. It will be 2Vm minus VO is equal to VI. So 2Vm will be minus 4, because Vm is minus 2, minus of V0. V0 is 7 meters per second, that is positive, so we'll just put 7 meters per second. That is our answer. So 7 minus 4 minus 7 will be minus 11 meters per second. This is the velocity of the image. Now minus signifies that the image will move in this direction with a velocity of minus 11 meters per second. I hope this concept is clear. If you don't know this formula, then you can never solve this question. And if you know this formula, you can solve this question within seconds. Just use this formula. Remember this concept. Now let's move on to our final concept. Now let's look into this concept, that is object moving parallel to the mirror. In the earlier case, we saw that the object was moving perpendicular to the mirror. Okay, if we take this mirror, and this is very simple concept, okay, and everybody knows this. This is the object. If the object is moving parallel to the mirror, then we know that the image will move with the same velocity parallel to the mirror. So we can directly say that this object is moving upward, then this will also move upward. If this is moving downward, then this will also move downward. So we can directly say that velocity of object is equal to velocity of image, and the direction is also same. In the earlier case, we saw that VO is equal to minus Vi, that is object is moving in the right hand direction and the image was moving in the opposite direction, so there was a minus sign involved. But here there is no minus sign because both the direction are same. If the object is moving up, then the image will move up. If the object is moving down, then the image will also move down. Therefore there is no negative sign involved in this formula. But they will never ask this question. They will ask question like this. So let's see. They will ask question like this. This is the mirror, this is the back side of the mirror. And now let's see, if a body is moving at a velocity of suppose 7 root 2 in this direction at an angle 45 degree, okay, and the mirror is moving at a velocity of suppose 3 meter per second towards the object. So I've complicated the situation. Now let's see. Now you know all the concept, just you need to apply it. Learn to apply the concept. Simple as that. We have said that when the mirror is moving, then there is only one formula, that is Vm is equal to Vo plus Vi divided by 2. And what was object velocity and image velocity? These were perpendicular velocity to the mirror. Perpendicular velocity to the mirror. Okay. So these are all perpendicular velocity. But the problem here is the object is moving at an angle 45 degree to the mirror. So we need to find the component in the perpendicular direction. So very simple. Let me pick another color. So in this direction, there is perpendicular mirror. It will be 7 root 2 and cos 45 degree. That is 7 root 2 cos 45 degree. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So it will be ultimately 7 meter per second. Similarly, in the parallel direction, we can say it will be 7 root 2 sine 45, 7 root 2 sine 45 degree, which will ultimately be 7 meter per second. Root 2 will get cancelled. Now it's simple. Let's put it in the formula. Now we know the velocity of the mirror is 3 meter per second, but it will be negative because it is moving in the left hand direction. So multiply by 2. Now VO is 7 meter per second in the right hand direction, so it will be positive, and Vi we don't know, so we will keep it as it is. So it will be minus 6 and minus 7, which is the value of Vi. So it will be minus 13 meter per second. Now this Vi is actually perpendicular to the mirror, because all we have considered in this formula is perpendicular. So we got this Vi perpendicular. That is, if this is the image, then the velocity perpendicular to the mirror is Vi perpendicular. So we have got this component. But we know that the object is moving at an angle 45 degree. Therefore, it has component in the x and the y direction. Therefore, the image will also have component in the x and the y direction. So here the value that we have found, minus 13 meter per second, is actually in the x direction, opposite x direction. That is the x component. There will also be y component, and we know that the y component here is 7 meter per second. And we have derived that when an object is moving parallel to the mirror, then VO is equal to Vi. So we'll just apply that concept. So parallel to the mirror, the velocity is 7 meter per second. So this will be 7 meter per second. Simple as that. Now, therefore, we can say that velocity of the image totally, we can say that it is minus 13 in the I direction. Okay. So I direction is minus 13 plus 7 J direction or Y direction. Now, if you want to find out the magnitude of Vi, then it's very simple. It will be 13 square plus 7 square, and you just solve it and you will get the answer. Simple as that. Okay. I hope the concept is clear. This is how you need to find out the velocity when the object is moving at certain angle and even the mirror is moving towards the object. Just use the formula, use the technique that I've showed you. Okay. Never forget this formula. This is very important, and never forget this concept that VI, that is VI and VO, these are perpendicular to the mirror. These velocities are perpendicular. If you understand this concept, then you can solve any questions related to plane mirror. For that, you need to check my part 1, part 2 and this video. Then you are good to go, and you'll have no problem when questions are asked from plane mirror. Okay, so I can give you another question, like if this is the mirror, okay, and this is the object. If the object is moving at certain velocity at an angle 45 degree, and this mirror is moving, suppose, in this direction at an angle 45 degree, then how to find out? Very easy. Just find out the velocity of mirror in this direction, that is the perpendicular component, and velocity of mirror in the parallel component. Okay, we know that parallel component doesn't matter. If the mirror is moving parallelly, it will have no effect, we know that, but this will have effect. Just find if this is suppose 5 root 2, okay, then Vm perpendicular will be 5 meter per second. And now you can just put the formula like Vm is equal to V naught perpendicular plus Vi perpendicular divided by 2, and in this Vm, that is perpendicular, you'll just put this value, and Vo object, you need to find it from here. If this is suppose 3 root 2, then you will get this as 3 meter per second. Then we'll put 3 meter per second here. Okay, now in this case Vm will be positive because it is moving in the right hand direction, so 5 meter per second will be positive. And then find out Vi. The Vi value that you will be getting is perpendicular component to the mirror, that is you will get Vi in this direction. This component you will get from this formula, and Vi parallel component will be same as this. Like if it is 3 root 2, then the parallel component will be 3 meter per second. Okay, so this will be 3 meter per second again directly, because there will be no change in the parallel component. I hope the concept is clear. Whatever it may be, whether the mirror is moving at certain angle or not, whether it is moving perpendicular, I have discussed all the concept. Just concentrate on what I have said, and you can solve each and every question asked from this part. Okay, so this is all for this video. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, then please consider doing so. Till next time, enjoy your studies and build your concept, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye bye.